Good morning, members of Parliament and support staff, radio listeners, TV viewers, those who are viewing via social media and members of the media. Welcome to this Central Committee meeting number 8 on Tuesday, November 22nd, 2022. I want to give a special welcome to the Chairman of the Social Economic Council, SEC, Mr. Damian Richardson, and the support staff present today. We have established a quorum of 9 members. Please stand for a moment of silence. Thank you. I have received notice of absence from the following members: MP Melissa Gums, and for lateness, MP Rayon Peterson. Are there any other notifications? MP Sarah, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and a very good morning to you. Thank you for the opportunity. A good morning to my colleagues. A good morning to the representatives of the Social Economic Council of St. Martin. Good morning and welcome to this meeting of Parliament. Mr. Chairman, I already informed our Secretariat that I have to leave this meeting in about the next half an hour. Actually, the meeting had to start at 10 a.m., so I had calculated that hour, but that has not been the case, so I'm informing you of that right now. I also informed the Secretariat that the matter of a parliamentary delegation going to attend Sabre Day is also on this agenda, and my faction would like to be part of the delegation. And thirdly, Mr. Chairman, I realize that the agenda point regarding the briefing by the SER on some of the issues that they're facing is slated to be, has been requested to be behind closed doors. Mr. Chairman, the particular matter that has been raised by the SER has been one ongoing for many, many years. And my opinion is that in dealing with these matters, especially by Parliament in a closed door session, without kind of bringing everybody together, including the government that is responsible for this, we're just going to be prolonging and perpetrating a situation that exists. So I just wanted to share that. I see absolutely no reason. If there is a problem in the SER and the partners in the SER, then I think we need to address it head on, is my opinion regarding this request for a closed door meeting. You, Mr. Chairman, know my sentiment in terms of we are going over more and more in accepting third parties dictating that the Parliament should meet behind closed doors, and I don't think that's a good way to be going as a Parliament. So I just wanted to put that out there, put those matters out there, Mr. Chairman, and with that, I thank you.
Thank you, MP Sarah Westcott-Williams. I have next person here, MP Christopher Emmanuel.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Good morning to you, our Hafid, our invited guests, my honorable members of Parliament, and the people of St. Martin, by whichever means they are watching and listening. Good morning. Mr. Chairman, I want to direct something that I've noticed to your person, Mr. Chairman. I would like to know, and it's for clarification, say that I'm asking this question. It's not to belittle anyone or attack anyone in no way. When it comes to the point, Mr. Chairman, of seconding an agenda, seconding a motion, or seconding anything that is put forward by another member of Parliament, is it the chair's discretion, okay, to do it how they deem it fit in terms of recognizing the individual who would say, I second it or my hand up? How does it work? Is it for the chair to say, anyone else seconding this motion, or is it for the chair to say, anyone else? I would like to know exactly so that we don't have the same situation that happened a few days ago happen again. So just for clarity's sake, based on the rules of order, how does it work? Is it for the chair to say, is there any other member of Parliament that's seconding, or is there anyone else? What exactly does it mean and how does it go? Anyone else meaning what, or anyone else seconding? How does it work? For clarity's sake, I would like to know. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, MP Emmanuel. Anyone else? MP George, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning to the Chair, Khifid, my colleagues in Parliament, or honorable guests from the Social Economic Council. Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to, for the public's sake, to state that, and again, members of Parliament don't question members of Parliament and so on, but as far as I'm aware, the rules of order does not specifically state clearly whether the Chair should say, ask for someone to second a proposal or take a decision. So that's not in rules of order. So, Mr. Chairman, at this point in time, when there's a, let me call it a gray area, then the chair determines exactly how he or she would proceed. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, MP George. And before going to MP Bryson, I would like to just put it here for MP Sarah Westcott Williams and others. The request to have this meeting closed door came from SARE. And because of some sensitivity in the topics and all, so we honored that.
Mr.
And
Chairman?
for MP Emmanuel, I think I wanted to say the same thing. It's nothing mentioned in the rules of order, but MP George said it. So MP Bryson, you have the floor.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Good morning, members of Parliament and to the viewing public. I just wanted to make a notification for the members of Parliament to take note that our faction has taken up the national ordinance adjusting the cinema ordinance. It is an initiative national ordinance that was originally by MP Tamara Leonard. I took note of the fact that increasingly more questions are coming up, including in the budget, as to the role of this, the cinema committee, and the fact that we have a very outdated system dating back to 1978 that doesn't really coincide with the international standard of PG, PG-13, etc., where parents can use their parental guidance judgment to be able to determine whether, for example, a 10-year-old child can go with their parents to watch a movie at PG-13. This is, of course, not let's say a groundbreaking law or anything, but it's a national ordinance that is with the Parliament and is still relevant. So we have since done the NAD report of that law and booked it in, and I think maybe shortly it will be on the National Ordinance folder where other members of Parliament can see it at some point. I guess it will be there just for the other members of Parliament to see, and then we hopefully will be able to handle it in a central committee and then public meeting, etc. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, MP Bryson. MP Westcott, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the point that I raised and your response given, I know I have seen the request of the SER. It's a document registered at Parliament. In preparing for this meeting, of course, I take note of the documents that relate to the meeting. I still make the point that third parties, government and others are too often requesting according to their convenience whether meetings of Parliament should be closed door or not. And the principle of Parliament is that we talk with and to the public on matters to be addressed in here. That's my point. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, MP Westcott. We now go further. We have as an agenda point for this meeting. Number one, discussion with the Social Economic Council regarding the ongoing impasse with the employer representation in the SARE under IS/187/2022-23 dated November 14, 2022. Agenda point 2, Annual Report 2021 SER/IS/1218 of 21-22 dated August 23, 2022. Agenda point 3, approval of travel to the public entity SEBA for the 47th annual celebration of SEBA Day on Friday, December 2, 2022, under IS/178/2022-23, dated November 10, 2022. We go over to the agenda point 1. It is good to note that upon request of SER, due to the sensitivity of the topic, agenda point 1 will be held in closed door. So I hereby adjourn this
Point of order,
meeting.
Mr. Chairman. Point of order.
Yes, MP Bryson.
Mr. Chairman, I was waiting for the, let's say, the agenda to be open to handle that point that was discussed in notification. I understand the written elucidation of the said indeed. The public isn't privy to why it is going closed door. Can we at least maybe get a statement from the SAR explaining this? From my purview, I tend to lean towards what MP Westcott William is saying. From the perspective, the SAR is a constitutional body. It is a body of important public service. We do have the General Audit Chamber that is customary to come to the Parliament in a closed door, so it's not completely out of the question. But I am still a bit divided on whether this particular topic, where a public court verdict is available for anyone to see on this topic, why this particular thing has to go closed door. So before that, Mr. Chairman, I would think we need to hear from this side some more.
Thank you, MP Bryson. I would also feel the same if Mr. Richardson would like to chime in on that.
Yeah. Good.
Mr. Richardson, you have the floor.
Good morning, Chairman and distinguished members of Parliament. For clarity, Mr. Rolando Bryson, Mr. MP Bryson, your question is very interesting, seeing that there seems to be a necessity to clarify what's going on, but for those who are aware, there is a second court case going on where ECSM is concerned in relationship to, call it the government of St. Martin, but in retrospect also the SAR. Number two, there has been closed door meetings here concerning the audit chamber, the ECSM as well as SHTA has had closed door meetings. And the nature of those closed door meetings, from what I know, was not made known to the public as to why they were closed door. So I don't think it is actually essential at this time. We have made it known to Parliament, and I think it's also important for Parliament to inform the public as to why this is a closed door meeting. Not, the burden is not on the SAR, the burden is on the Parliament as to why they granted us the right to have this closed door meeting. I think that is where it falls. And let us be focused for a minute. Please, Parliament, give account to every other reason why you granted closed door meetings to others. Don't come here reprimanding the SAR.
Mr. Chairman, I think
Thank
the
you.
tone of Mr. Richardson needs to definitely be checked. I don't appreciate that not one bit.
Thank
You're
you.
in the House of Parliament, Mr. Richardson.
Thank you, thank you, MP Bryson. I apologize for my tone, but I get a little bit ruffled by the question, seeing that the Parliament granted access to many others to have private meetings, yet here this is being questioned, and it's not being made known to the public as to why those other meetings were private. I think it's a bit, contradictive. Okay, that's the reason why. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Richardson. We understand, but there was no need to flare up on that point, and according to the Article 77, Sub 2, the request was there, and we are handling that. So
I have a
hereby
proposal of
would
order, Mr.
adjourn-
Chairman. I propose that we remain with the agenda point open.
Are we gonna maintain it, or are we gonna then leave?
I would like to adjourn the meeting for 2 minutes. Meeting adjourned. After a brief discussion with the third party and the members of parliament, we have come to the conclusion that the point 1 will be in closed door. So we will adjourn the meeting and continue in closed door.